just this time, which was the first time I ever performed at a over 1,000-seat theater. I'm pretty sure it was the first time, or one of the first times. Anyway, so there was that, and then when my Netflix special came out, there was a billboard in LA and a billboard in Times Square, but I didn't get to see that one in person, which is so sad. Anyway, this is one of...
She name drops herself. See, that's what I find so hilarious and sad about this, is like, people name drop other celebrities. Colleen name drops herself. Hey guys, welcome back to Dating According To, where we're analyzing relationships according to anything and everything we're seeing in society. And so I'm actually going to be reacting to not a Colleen and Eric video, but it's one that I've been very curious about and just haven't had the presence of mind to do, where Colleen's talking about missing Miranda. So I'm sure a lot of people who kind of follow what she's up to are probably aware of that video. I just thought it might give some interesting insight into who she is. So let's get to it, and thankfully I didn't have to use YouTube. I used YouTube this time, so we're not giving her any money, but okay, let's do this.
Oh my goodness, this is what I look like today. Okay, hi everyone, how are we? I thought we could chit chat while I put on a little bit of makeup. This morning I saw a TikTok of this woman talking about how it was cringy to be a grown woman who loves Taylor Swift. Maybe it was just a person who likes Taylor Swift. I don't know, but I've seen this take a lot. I've seen a lot of people say it's cringy like Taylor Swift, so I didn't even really think much of it.
I mean, yes and no. I really don't understand. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan at all. I like some of her music. I don't like her. I think she's very immature, but that's another conversation. So in a way, I do think it's kind of odd when older women like Taylor Swift, but at the same time, a lot of people connect with her music. And there's some songs of hers that I do feel like I can connect with the lyrics to, so I can understand why people of varying ages would like her. I am also of the mindset that even if Colleen enjoys these different artists that she's now going to all of the shows for, even if she somewhat does like them, I do agree that I think she's trying to stay relevant and doing everything she can with SEO, like who are the most popular artists right now? How can I do a video related to them so that my video will rank better because I'm using the keywords people are searching for, all of that. So who knows where she would have been in the whole Taylor Swift realm if somehow or another Taylor Swift magically was not like the queen of the universe right now. Yeah, it's just, it's very interesting. I don't know how to really feel about it fully.
I was just like, oh, another person saying it's weird like Taylor Swift. Anyway, this woman stitched another woman saying I think it's so weird when girls like Taylor Swift or something. And this woman was a mom, and she's like, I'm gonna tell you why I as a mom like Taylor Swift. And she started talking about how she was like that there's an empowering woman that was inspiring her young daughter, yada yada yada. And I suddenly had this memory flash into my mind of when I went to see the Eras movie. First time that I went, there were people of all ages there. The second time that I went, there was a good amount of teenage girls there. And there were people at the front of the theater, right in front of the screen, that were dancing and stuff. It wasn't the whole theater, but I'd say...
Okay, so Invidious, however that's related to the whole YouTube thing, it's acting up again for me. So I'm really trying to not have to go to YouTube and give Colleen money, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, what I've been trying to say, and hopefully I pause it in the right spot, and hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much. It's interesting. I don't know if she's always done the whole makeup story time aspect of things. There we go, should do that. But it's, if she hasn't always done that kind of video, then that's another instance of her trying to remain relevant and trying to do what the popular people are doing. You can tell she really doesn't want to lose all the views that she is actively losing. Yeah, so anyway, just a side note.
When I went to see the Eras movie. First time that I went, there were people of all ages there. The second time that I went, there was a good amount of teenage girls there. And there were people at the front of the theater, right in front of the screen, that were dancing and stuff. It wasn't the whole theater, but I'd say maybe a fourth of the people at the theater were up there dancing, and no one was being super obnoxious, no one was being loud. It was just there were people who were dancing, and then there were people who were seated in their seats, and it seemed like everyone was very respectful and happy for each other. I kind of got up and down depending on the song. I would get up and dance, sing over on the side, or I would sit in my seat and I was in the front row. There was a group of girls that had been dancing and having a blast together the whole time. They were clearly...
I really wonder, and we will never know inside Colleen's head, but I really wonder at events like these if she genuinely just gets lost in the moment and enjoys herself, or if she uses any instance she can to gain attention by dancing around, doing whatever, and to feel like she fits in. I don't think Colleen, and she's kind of talked about this, I don't think she's ever felt like she's fit in. And I think pretty much every decision in her life has been a reaction to that ever since ever. So even as an adult, which is sad.
really like a group of friends, and they were like teenage girls. I don't know how old, but like they were definitely like teenage girls. And there is this one moment in the movie where Taylor Swift comes out in this ball gown and she's singing a slower song, and the girls are standing like kind of right in front of me, in front of the screen, and they put their arms around each other and they're like swaying back and forth, looking up at Taylor Swift, and they're just so happy and they've been having the time of their life. Seeing these girls stand up there with their arms around each other and being inspired by Taylor Swift and her lyrics just made me think about how when I was that age, I did not have a female role model to look up to like that. We had Britney Spears, and we had the Spice Girls, and of course they had their women empowerment songs, but there wasn't someone who empowered girls in the way that like Taylor Swift does. And I just felt so grateful and happy that these young girls had this incredible female role model to look up to and to inspire them that they can do anything they want and be anything they want.
Does she? I always thought that that was just an interesting take. She feels grateful that girls have a role model to look up to. Sorry, my hair is just... what do you do about baby hairs? Anyway, sorry, just ignore. The fact that she's grateful they have someone to look up to is kind of a weird subconscious or conscious positioning of oneself up above. Which, I mean, she's a grown woman, so theoretically adults should be able to look at younger generations and be like, it is a good thing that you have XYZ person to look up to, younglings. But I just feel like given everything that we know about Colleen or hypothesize about her, it's just interesting that I feel like she puts herself into any scenario she can where she feels superior in some way. So whether or not she likes Taylor Swift actually or not, we'll never know. But it's just interesting that she's like, oh, these younger generations, it's so nice that they have this. I'm so proud of Taylor Swift and I'm so grateful these younger people. It's kind of like a mothering role. And it's like, I know you are a mom, sadly. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll stop.
And that loving women is cool and being a woman is cool, and it just made me so happy to see these teenage girls have like such a wonderful, empowering female role model to look up to and to help them connect and bond over something together. It's like I was watching a core memory for these girls, and it was just really sweet. Just thinking about how Taylor Swift means so much to these teenage girls, and for different reasons means so much to me, and how Taylor Swift has managed to impact so many people in the world with her lyrics and her music. It was just a cool little moment that I was like, oh my gosh, how special these girls have this little moment together. But then I had this like flash of a memory in my mind. This one time I was on stage, I was doing a Miranda show.
I knew it.
It was one of the
So
first
I have watched this video before, and the moment she started talking about like, oh, I was watching these people watch Taylor Swift, I'm like, she's gonna rope herself into this. She's gonna find some way to try to put herself even somewhat on a pedestal with Taylor Swift. And like I said, she's always trying to feel cool. She's always trying to fit in and measure up. And I knew she was going to bring this back to a story about herself because she hates where she's at. She hates that she feels her career just got stripped out from under her. And she takes every instance she possibly can to remind her few viewers that she used to be successful. She used to be on stage. She used to have more fans than she does now. Like she will do anything it takes to make sure no one forgets that. It's just... Oh.
Times I noticed that like so much of the audience was dressed like Miranda, and I was on stage, I looked out and I saw this group of girls and they had their arms around each other. They were dressed like Miranda, like red sweatpants, button-up shirt, lipstick all over their face, and they were smiling and laughing and proud and happy to be dressed like super weird and silly. And I remember on stage having this moment of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that those teenage girls are so confident and strong and amazing that they're willing to like dress silly and weird and they don't care what anybody thinks around them. I remember in my mind on stage dressed like Miranda thinking, I could never do that. Like, I'm so envious of them that they have the confidence to do that. Meanwhile, I'm literally dressed like Miranda on stage, but I think I was thinking more in the context of like when I was a teenager. And so then having that memory of like...
So half of me believes that, half of me does not. Like I said, I think Colleen admits to the insecurities she knows she has and she's okay with admitting to. I think there's a lot of insecurities she's completely blind to and or will never admit to the world. And so I think that part of her did always wish that she was way more brave than she is or was. But I also, and I mean, if there wasn't some kind of childhood trauma involved with this woman, I would be shocked shocked. I think it would explain so much about her behavior now and her absolutely unacceptable humor and her seeming inability to put dots together. I really think there's some severe trauma that either she knows about and is hiding, or probably likely has blocked out and has no idea about. Not to excuse anything, it's just that's really what I think. So I think she probably has had this mindset of, I wish I was brave and strong like some of these other people, but at the same time, we all know that she was incredibly judgmental, and she made the Miranda character as being judgmental against all the people that annoyed her. So I would think that she is spinning this memory she has of these brave girls dressed like her character. She's spinning it to be like, I so respected those people, but I would expect in that moment in her history, she was looking at those girls like, dang, they look stupid. And the reason they look stupid is because this character is meant to make fun of those types of people. She probably was very judgmental in her own head about those girls, but is now spinning it to be this inspirational story because Colleen wants to be on the same level as Taylor Swift, which personally I don't think Taylor Swift should be as high up as she is, but that's neither here nor there. Colleen thinks she should be there, and we all know that's not the case. So
like looking out into a sea of Mirandas, I was having this sense of like nostalgia and happiness, thinking of this lovely memory from many years ago. And then I was thinking
that
about
you
how
crammed
much I
down our
missed being on
throats.
stage performing, and I was emotional about that. So I was like having this emotional moment, thinking of how I was like grateful for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you're emotional about the fact that it rightfully got taken away from you, and you will, I pray to God, never have that platform ever again, but you refuse to see it that way, so you just view it as the greatest insult of your entire life, and it's very, very sad.
For providing that sense of camaraderie and happiness and empowerment for just everyone. I was a blubbery mess. By the way, I'm in no way comparing myself to Taylor Swift with this story. I'm just saying that it triggered a memory.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Colleen. Yes, you are. And here's the thing. You know that you're not Taylor Swift and you'll never be her, but you would probably pay any money you could if you knew it was possible to be her. So I think you want to be her, you're jealous you're not her, you recognize you aren't, but that makes you bitter, just like you've always been bitter about never being as good as you wish you were. So
For me, I think it was my first gig in New York City that was over 1,000 seats. And it was the first time my name was like on a marquee in Times Square, which by the way, I found a video of me seeing that for the first time, and I watched the other day.
Oh no, you didn't happen across the video. You kept that forever and ever because you like to self-aggrandize, if that's the right phrase, if that even is a real phrase. You like to make yourself feel more special than you actually are because you probably have never felt as special as you think you deserve to. So you didn't just stumble across this footage. I'm sure this was footage that was in a very specially marked folder on your computer with like all kinds of just everything. It's probably got neon lights pointing to it, and now you just so happen to show it to us to remind us yet again that you used to have a career that you rightfully lost. I'm sorry, I've had too much caffeine because I was very tired, and now I'm very, very chatty, so poor Colleen.
So I'm gonna have to show it to you. I don't know why I'm telling this story. I think just because I just saw a TikTok and it like triggered that memory, but I am late for the chiropractor, so I actually have to go. Well, I'm like actually very late and I'm wearing pajamas. Oh my God, okay, I need to go. But anyway, there's a million reasons why I love Taylor Swift. But one of the big ones is I'm very grateful for how much she inspires people all over the world to be themselves, and I don't know, she's just great. Okay, goodbye. Okay, went to the doctor, that went fine. Now I'm doing some rocks. It's been a while since I showed you some rock action. I'm dumping out 3 tumblers today of rocks. In a couple of days, I should have rocks that are finished in my new vibratory.
Cool, don't care.
One that must have been very late. Karma is a cat, and on the back is like all these different types of cats. There was one interview with Taylor Swift
that
where
is
she
cute.
had to like name a bunch of cats in a short amount of time, and it's all the things she says. So it's like Scottish Fold, Ragdoll, Ragamuffin. She goes on and on and on, but then at the end it gets funny. Bombay cat, Russian blue. Is there a British blue? Munchkin cat, a black cat, a calico cat, a cat that knocks pins off of desks. She's so quirky.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm excited about
that is,
these, so.
I didn't catch if this was from her merch store or someone else did it. That is a very dedicated shirt. I have never owned cats, but I now am a cat owner via my husband. He has 2 cats, had them before we met, and I am allergic, but I adore those little fur balls. I will say they are, I think I am a cat person over a dog person. I hate to say it, dogs can be cute, but there's just something about cats. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I hope you are too. Okay, my kids are all asleep, and I just realized I did not show you our new car today. Eric was using the new minivan today to run the kids around to the different places they needed to go. I had our other car, so I wasn't in the minivan all day today. I haven't even driven our new car yet. I know that yesterday I said I was going to show you the new car today, but now it's dark outside, so I don't really want to show you the car in the dark. So I'm stupid, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to have to show you in the next vlog. So it'll be a new experience for you and me together.
She doesn't think she's stupid. She says it, but she doesn't think it.
I do have some footage that I want to share with you. So I was looking through my email for an old video clip, and I never found the video clip that I was looking for, but that's only because I got extremely distracted by the video clips that I did find. There are so many clips I want to share with you.
Let me rephrase this. She got extremely distracted by the video clips of herself that allowed her to self-obsess yet again. Yes, that is all.
And save the rest for another time. I think I could sit here for hours and just show you all these
and watch myself for hours.
But I'm just going to show you a couple of ones that really just made me so happy. Okay, I'm going to start with the video I was talking about earlier today. It's just a really short clip of me seeing my name in Times Square, and I'm really awkward and nervous and uncomfortable because I was freaking out and screaming inside. And actually, the very first time that I saw it, I wept. But then the next day, I went with my parents and my sister.
You wept probably because you felt like you were inching closer to getting the recognition that you always felt you deserved, and you probably have always felt was taken from you from very long ago, which if that is a trauma response, if something terrible happened in your childhood, I am so sorry. But yeah, this whole like your face on a thing that we're about to see, you weren't just like, oh my gosh, I'm so humbled. You're like, yeah, it's about time. It is about time.
And a couple other people, and it was filmed me being there, and I was just awkward and uncomfortable around everyone. I don't know why, so I'm kind of awkward in this, but this was a very big moment
because they weren't reacting.
I had my face in Times Square twice. I think that's it. Just this time, which was the first time I ever performed at a like over 1,000-seat theater. I'm pretty sure it was the first time, or one of the first times. Anyway, so there was that, and then when my Netflix special came out, there was a billboard in LA and a billboard in Times Square, but I didn't get to see that one in person, which is so sad. Anyway, this is one of...
She name drops herself. See, that's what I find so hilarious and sad about this is like people name drop other celebrities. Colleen name drops herself. Yeah. Oops.
Of those like core memories for me. Like, I'm a Broadway girly. I love musical theater. Like, to me, that is like the most incredible thing that could happen is like having your name in lights in Times Square. And so this was very exciting to me. I'm so uncomfortable. Look at my mom's phone. I was very excited, but it was like a...
I don't know if she plays it again, so just in case she doesn't. If you look at her face, I mean, I'm not a body language expert, but if you look at her face, it's not the face of someone who's just like, hey, that's me, how fun. She's like, hey, that's me. And if you look at her eyes are like pleading with the people around her to confirm for her, oh, wow, this is amazing. Like, it's just, I see so much insecurity about her, like, sort of faux excitement here. And, like, honestly, when she was describing this, I was expecting it was going to be this huge thing. It's like this, I think, tiny little ticker tape thing of an image that she says, like, only lasts for a brief amount of time. I'm sure that killed her. I'm sure she would love to have one of those huge billboards of her face, but because she didn't, she's just putting up with what she was given and hoping everyone around her will be as excited about her as she is. So, oh my goodness.
Rotating billboard or whatever, so I would be on the screen for like 3 seconds or 2 seconds, then it would switch to the next person, and you'd have to wait like a minute or two before you'd see my face again, but it's still very exciting. So that was what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, so she probably waited like a whole hour there just to watch her face for every 3-second interval that it popped up. You know, she's probably just standing there with hearts coming out of her eyes staring at her own face, and now I'm getting snarky, so I will stop.
That show. But this next clip I am so excited about. This is a video I don't even remember taking. I shot Haters Back Off in Vancouver. I was very heavily involved in every aspect of the filming. So every decision about costumes, props, makeup, hair, set design, literally every single little thing. Everyone was very collaborative and very patient and just wonderful up there to work with. I was so grateful that I was able to be a part of every decision, and that's what I wanted, because like the show was like, you know, something that was very important, special to me. Anyway, I have a ton of random videos that have been sent.
So she's doing something that Taylor Swift also does, and I think I've mentioned it before, and it annoys me, but maybe it's just kind of a business tactic. If there's something that Taylor Swift wants recognition for, and if someone does not voice what she believes is well-deserved recognition for a certain thing, she will insert it. If there is a level of detail in a conversation that she thinks needs to be added on and it's not, she will insert it in any way she can. And that's what Colleen, I think, is doing here. I think she's stressing, I was involved in every aspect of this process because I'm cool like that. Let's not forget, I used to be cool like that and I still am. That's how I take it. Maybe I'm taking everything negatively, but it's just like, you don't need to tell us all these things. Just show us the stinking clip of your job that you lost, because that makes sense.
Sent to me from like the props department and the food department and the costume department of like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Like, I have so many of those. So the night before we shot the very first scenes of me eating the froze toast, little blue popsicle, the production wanted to make sure that I wasn't allergic to the popsicle. They wanted to make sure that I could eat the bubble gum and chew on it and like blow a bubble. They wanted to make sure that it was realistic that I could eat the whole popsicle within the scene that we had written. In the script, it said that blue popsicle got all over my face, and so they wanted to see if the blue actually showed up on my skin or if they needed to use makeup. They wanted to see if the lipstick got all over the place when I was eating the popsicle. There was a lot of questions they had, so they handed me a box of a few frozen.
So I don't know anything about this scene. I don't know anything about this show. I will never watch it, and you could not pay me to watch. Well, you might be able to pay me to watch it, but anyway. With this popsicle scene, was this like mildly adult alluding to? I can't English today, but was it getting on her face? Was it improper? I sure hope not. I hope it was just like an awkward, the character is just gross and weird and awkward and that's it. But if there was an allusion to something adult, the fact that she is focusing so heavily on bringing it back and showing it is just mortifying to me. So hopefully that's not the case. If anyone has seen this scene, let me know.
Toes, and they were like, hey, when you get home to your apartment tonight, can you please film yourself eating this and doing the scene so that we know how to prepare for the scenes tomorrow. So there's these video clips of me eating a froze toast for the first time ever. I'm filming myself doing the scene, and then I literally sent this to the entire production team. I just thought this was entertaining and so strange to think about, like a production team watching this video of me eating this popsicle. So anyway, here's this. You can tell I'm very nervous doing this. Okay, this is me.
I'm sure you did feel awkward, but I mean, since I watched this video, as I watched this, whatever, I really can't English. I'm so sorry. I'm like secretly exhausted underneath the caffeine from Alpine Bliss. Obviously, I'm not sponsored. I have all of 2 subscribers whom I'm very grateful for right now. But if anyone needs a healthier energy drink, it works great, but I also can't English. So I'm sure she was very excited and nervous, but I think more so excited about anyone being a captive audience for her than she was nervous. Like, I feel she's the kind of person that anytime she can get eyes on her, she loves it. So even if it's a production team awkwardly watching her eat a popsicle in a way no human should eat a popsicle, it's still eyes on her. And I think she really loves that. Eats it up.
Testing the froze toast.
I'm so awkward.
I took a bite to see if I was gonna die from the taste or allergies or whatever. I am seemingly fine. This is huge, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to finish it in the amount of time I have in these scenes, so we're gonna have to cheat it somehow.
So obviously we did figure out a way to make it so it looked like I ate the whole popsicle within the scenes that I needed to eat the popsicle in. And how we did that was there was the full popsicles, there was half-eaten popsicles, there was almost finished popsicles, and then there was the popsicle stick. So the props department had different boxes of the different phases of an eaten popsicle. So I would be eating it during the scene, but then they would bring in like half-eaten one if we were halfway through the scene, and then they would switch it out for a more eaten one further through the scene, you know, whatever. But I ended up eating, like, I swear, like 40 to 50 popsicles in a day because I was so stubborn.
That's
I wouldn't
rough.
spit it out. They had a spit bucket for me to spit out between takes, and I wouldn't. I just kept eating it. I got very sick. But anyway,
Should be
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyone would.
I'm
Okay,
so
here we go.
awkward. I'm so nervous.
I just want one more
She
thing
claims
to
she's
get in
so
there.
awkward and all of that, but if you just look at her eyes, she has such adoration for herself. Like if she was watching a video of a loved one, a family member, whatever, her eyes would make complete sense. There's just like this love and this softness exuding through, just like, but she's looking at herself. It's just bizarre and really creepy to me. But anyway.
The best thing I ever created.
Can I come in and see it?
No Patrick.
Corey's reading the scenes with me.
Oh, cool.
Which Corey's MIA,
Oh my
right?
god, the brain freeze!
And that's a scene, and you have
I was supposed to have finished the whole thing at this point. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Like if I do that.
Why did she keep this?
No Patrick. I'm really busy. Oh man, that's cold. Okay, let me try the gum.
Like, it is so incredibly
Break my
self-obsessed
tooth.
because even before losing her whole career, I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like most people in her shoes, after that whole video clip had already been submitted and they already filmed and this had already been long past being in production and all that, I would assume you'd just be like, okay, I don't need that clip anymore. I'm going to delete it. I mean, maybe if you keep it just to giggle at, but like really, a thing like this, why would you keep that? Because she's self-obsessed.
Okay. This is frozen solid. There's no way I'm gonna be able to use this.
We ended up
so-
using Big League Bubblegum Chew, and that was
But this
the
is-
best one to blow bubbles with. That's what we ended up using.
I think that'll be fine with my lipstick, as long as I get it on my face.
I think she
This is
really
weird video
loves
to get
doing
the
a behind the
different-
scenes of
What
herself.
do you guys think? Should we add makeup to make it more blue on my
I think it
face?
makes her feel
Should
successful and
maybe I
cool.
should try it with lipstick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it with lipstick. Be right back. Alright, I'm gonna go from good one.
It feels so weird. There are 3 people on this screen right now, but there's only 2 of us. I'm so confused.
a video to the internet.
Can I come in and see it?
No, Patrick. I'm really busy.
Aw, I miss Miranda.
And this is when I blow the bubble. That's what it looks
See,
like. What
I
do you
find
guys
that
think?
so interesting that she did that because not only did she just like comment that randomly and then have really nothing else to do with that comment within this whole video, I think she in the video says I cannot English. I am so sorry. My brain is so misfiring. I think she says in the video title, missing Miranda. So like she knew when she made that comment, which I think she made that comment very intentionally in the video. She knew that then labeling her video off of that would get eyes, would get people talking, such as right now, and I'm playing into it, whatever. The brazenness. Like, I can't fathom being in her shoes. And even if I was like her, stupidly convinced that I did next to nothing wrong, commenting on the worst point in my career, saying I missed being able to do that, knowing that that is going to tick off a ton of people. She really is like this little kid that's like, let me say the thing that's going to annoy the person next to me the most and get me the most attention. Because if I make people angry, at least it's still attention. And I'm going to do that. And you know what? I actually get more attention when I make people angry. So I'm going to make people angry because it's attention. That's Colleen. It's insane.
Do we need more blue makeup to make it look like the Rose Roses everywhere? It isn't dyeing my teeth or tongue blue.
These are all
So
questions
I'm
that they
gonna
had. I had to answer all these questions.
move forward. Tastes good, so
It did taste good.
that's good. All right, see you in the morning.
How fun is that? Oh my gosh, I have so many video clips. I
How
feel like
fun
these
is
are
it
getting
for me
so
to watch
long. I
me?
shouldn't keep like going over and over, but like, oh my gosh, I have so many things I want to show you guys. I'll show you one more, and then I'll just save the rest for another vlog because there's so many video clips I want to share. But
Let's all guess. Is it going to be a video of herself? What do you think? I bet. I can't remember, but I bet it is.
this one, I'm sure I've shared at some point in time, but I haven't seen it in many, many years. This is a video of me in like a talent show. My brother and some of his friends were doing like a scene from, was it Monty Python or Faulty Towers? I think it was Faulty Towers. Anyway, they had me do like one quick little scene. I was either 13 or had just turned 14 when we filmed this. I think I have braces in it, so I think I was 13. I have a British accent in it, and it's horrible. I didn't get into the play or the musical my freshman year of high school, so this is my only experience on my stage in high school, was just this talent show and this horrible performance.
Oh, yeah. So I was just getting so wrapped up in all of it. She definitely wanted us to know that she felt it was unfair that she never got into the plays in theater, which I think definitely propelled her sense of, I have been robbed of my ability to shine, so let me mock all the people that are shining through this character of Miranda so that I can finally shine through my mockery of all the people that are shining. I would love for someone to do some kind of deep psychological dive on this lady. I would not be shocked at all if this yelling, petulant, immature, whatever that character was, version of Colleen is the version that Eric sees all the time, and anyone close to her, they probably see it far more regularly than she would ever want anyone to know about. I've noticed people in my comments, I think sometimes I might come off as a little too hard on Eric, where it's like he's just been through so much with her, but then I've also seen people say that he may have cheated to get with her, so I don't know, they probably both have problems, but I want to recognize the fact that she could be an absolute pickle. I'll just use a nice word, an absolute menace for him to deal with, and this is probably what he sees.
No, I'm sorry. Like, I think the way I said sorry was so bizarre. Anyway, I love watching old videos. I love it.
Of myself?
Not just of me. Like, literally, I could meet a stranger on the street and they could say, hey, I have a bunch of home videos of me as a child. And I'd be like, please let me watch them right now. Like, I love home videos. I don't care who it is or what it is. Like, if it's just you opening Christmas presents Christmas morning, like, I don't care. Like, I want to watch it. I love home videos. There's something about it. It just makes me so happy. And I've watched all of my home videos.
I come down very hard on her because it's hard not to, but I really hope that there's a side of her that can actually appreciate another person and what makes that person them. I don't think she really has that ability unless it benefits her, but I hope there is a part of her that can do that we just really don't see evidence of in any part of her life. I don't know. Anyway.
Videos a bajillion times over, so whenever I find stuff that I haven't seen in a really long time or I don't even remember seeing ever, it makes me very excited. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do today because I just feel like I could do this forever and make this a 20-hour vlog, but no one wants that, so I'm gonna go. But I'll show you the new car next time I post a vlog, and maybe some more random clips that I find in my email because there's so many good ones. Thanks for watching, everybody.
There's so many good ones of me because I love me. Okay, I've said the same things over and over. I'll stop belaboring that point. Interesting. I think it just really helps to watch her dynamic with Eric, understanding that she just wants to be seen. And I think she really feels like no one gets her and no one's ever afforded her the respect that she really, truly deserves. I think she sees herself as extremely talented and extremely brilliant, even though she claims she's stupid. So, yeah, going into all of her conversations with Eric, it's just interesting to really remember what makes her her. I really hope she gets professional help, more than just whatever therapist she's going to right now. But anyway, okay, on to the next video. Bye, guys.